Welcome to the Easy Project with your boy Eddie.
And your boy Zebby T. This podcast is about athletes transitioning into business and also the business leaders around the Gold Coast.
And Zebby and I have played NRL for 10 plus years.
And we're utilising the skills that we've learned over our NRL career to inspire others to chase their dreams and goals. Let's go. Sweet, good morning. Oh, it's nice and early. Welcome to the Easy Project with myself and my boy Eddie Petty Bones. I call him Petty Bones here. Hey, we got a different show today, my bro. Like it's a four-way with our Tongan brothers, Sione Katoa and
Johnny
Folau.
Welcome,
also
brothers.
known as Sione.
Welcome, brothers. How you guys been, all right?
Yeah, good, bro. Happy to be here, man. Ready to go.
Ready to get the chats in. Go Flowers.
Sweet. Well, I want to throw the flowers out. This is what we do with our special guests. Just, give that little tick, that little tick.
Bro,
You guys need me later, I'll
Pump the
take
tires
me
up,
on.
bro.
We'll pump the tires up, eh? So we got Sione Katoa, born and raised in Wellington, New Zealand. Is renowned for his silky skills on the rugby league field.
Ooh.
A former NRL athlete. He played nearly 100 games for the Penrith Panthers and the Canterbury Bulldogs. Internationally, he represented Tonga in 14 matches and was part of the historic 2019 Tongan team that defeated the Australian Kangaroos.
Oosh.
That was I remember that. That was good. That was good.
Good one. That one.
Johnny Folau, born and raised in Brisbane. Let's go, Australia. John Folau is known for
Aussie's finest.
exceptional footwork and speed. He played in the NRL for the Parramatta Eels and also represented Tonga on the international stage. John is one of three brothers who have all competed at the highest levels of the game. Both Sione and John have retired from rugby league and have ventured into the business world with their barbershop, Cees Barbershop in Brisbane. They are now looking to expand their business both within Australia and internationally. Welcome to our Tongan brothers, Sione and Johnny.
Welcome, boys.
Welcome, boys.
Thanks, boys.
What's been happening?
Yeah.
Just doing some business stuff, busy with the barber shops.
Yeah. Nah, you guys are doing really well, man. It's good to see. Let's kick it off, man. I want to hear about your guys' journey, you guys growing up. We'll probably start off with C.
Yep.
Give us a rundown of your
give us a
journey,
rundown.
where you grew up and moving over to Australia.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah, so like you said, I was born in Wellington, New Zealand, in a little town called Parramatta.
Eesh.
So,
Is that Lower Hutt?
Yeah, Lower Hutt. So, but yeah, like as most New Zealand kids, they grow up, wanting to play union.
Yeah.
So I started off as a union player, then sort of ventured into rugby league, and then got a little scholarship to come over to Blacktown Patrician Brothers,
Oh, what a school, man.
where I met Johnny.
Oh, true. Johnny was there too.
Yeah, that's how I met Johnny. So he
Oh,
came
we all
over there.
Blacktown Pats boys.
Yeah.
Oi,
He's from
Blacktown.
Penrith. He's
Nice,
from
right.
Blacktown,
2002 was my last year there.
Old country. I was
He's old. Sione was only born this.
Sorry to cut you
Nah,
off.
but yeah, so yeah, that's how I sort of started. I come over and then I started Howell Mats at the Roosters.
Yeah.
Played there, then I ventured off to Penrith, and then I started the Penrith junior system and come through with all the boys that are sort of playing now,
Yeah.
like your Fisher Harris, Moses, Nathan Cleary, Jerome, and all those sort of boys. So
Cool.
Yeah.
that's how my footy career started.
Like what a career. What about yourself, Johnny?
No, it was born up here, bro, like you said. Lived like half my life between Queensland and New South Wales, bro. 2011, bro, so I moved back down to Sydney and went to Paddy's. I met Sione there.
Oh, yeah.
Sort of just got into the Paris system there, dog.
Yeah.
Stayed there for a few years and then, made my way back up here to Queensland and that's it, eh?
Hey, I just want to add on to that. I was just on the phone to Matty Hardigan before we got here.
hey.
And he goes, yeah, say hello to the boys for me, man. That's crazy. Was Matty was a teacher back then?
Yeah,
2011?
yeah. He was one of my teachers, PE.
Bro, it's crazy. Hey, it's crazy to see his journey, like all the boys that he would have, brought up through that
100%,
system,
yeah.
especially Blacktown, man.
That's like he's seen so many, NRL players come through that school. Like,
Yeah.
It's crazy. When I was there, he was, I'm pretty sure, 2 years below me.
Yeah.
Fuck, shows how old I am. Old guys.
hey, you're exposing yourself.
I know. Hey, just keep doing it.
Who else was there? Who was a crew when you guys were there like that? Like the big names.
We had
David Nafaloma,
Yep.
Dallin, Bryce,
Paulie.
Yeah.
Wow.
Leilani Latu and that
Yeah.
come through there.
That's crazy, man.
Then you had all like Janko, the two boys, the
Jennings
two
brothers.
brothers.
Mm.
Then you had all like the younger crew now, which is like Jerome,
Yeah.
you know, Spencer,
They would have
Critter.
been maybe 3-4 years younger than us.
Yeah, yeah.
We always talk about like the school system up here and just thinking like, man, like, bro, it's guns up here. But then you think back
Yeah.
down in Sydney,
Yeah.
nah, bro, like we had some elites there, man.
Yeah.
100%.
Well,
Yeah.
Penrith had they've always had a good junior system. Like I remember the time I was playing, I remember they had a gun team, man. Like
Yeah.
pretty much all those 17 players that I played with, I played against in Penrith, they were all played NRL, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, just shows it's growing even stronger now.
It was either back then, like when I was young, it was either Penrith or Parramatta.
Yeah.
You know, that was the nurseries, and then Newcastle.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, but like when you guys come through, everyone was just probably too scared to play you guys. You're just too big.
Bro, you guys are too big, too
We
strong.
had a stacked team, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I remember that at that time we were there too. Most of those boys that were playing, they were already playing 20s. And
Yeah.
like back then, when you were playing 20s,
It was
you
a
know,
big
you're looked
league.
at like
Yeah.
they used to come, you know, to school at lunchtime and
Yeah.
just come and train and then play footy and then go home. You know, never used to do any work.
Yeah.
What do you reckon the 20 system was like transitioning into the first grade team? Do you reckon there was like a big gap between the 20s and first grade?
I do. Well, I reckon it was. But it did help when the boys did go play grade and they come back and play 20s. It did sort of like help. But I reckon there was a bit of a gap in there.
Yeah,
Physically, I
yeah.
feel like it was. You would say like wrestling that there was a lacking in 20s and that. There wasn't much wrestling and stuff like that.
That was the biggest problem with the 20s tournament, like cricket scores every single week, man.
Yeah.
It was just like that, like, yeah, man, like it was always one team that would just dominate position
Yeah,
and just
yeah.
score.
Yeah.
And it was too hard to get back in the game over.
But how do you reckon mentally though? Because a lot of those kids think they've already made it when they hit 20.
Yeah. I think that was probably the biggest part for them because I've seen a lot of young kids, you know, carve 20s, but then as soon as they, you know, get a first grade preseason, bro, we all know what a first grade preseason like it hits different.
Yeah.
And then they can't hold on because, you know, it's just every day you're grinding it out. And, you know, from a young age, they've just been told you're the best.
Yeah.
You know, you're killing it, you know, you're getting, you know, Toyota Cup Player of the Year, but then you go to first grade,
Yeah.
you're just a nobody, you know what I mean? You're just, you're fighting for your spot. So if you're not able to, you know, deal with, you know, that sort of adversity,
Yeah.
you know, getting dropped and all those sort of stuff, like you'd struggle big time.
100%, man. Because I remember, like, because I wasn't in, I think I only played 2 or 3 games in the 20s when it first came out. And I remember going back up, I was like, bruh, that's that has to be Premier League or something.
Yeah,
like, I was,
something there,
like you know what I mean? That has to be priority before you go play first grade.
Yeah, 100%.
But you had guys like your brother, Izzy,
yeah.
man. He
He
was what, 17, killing it, playing first grade. So you're like, obviously, there's guys like him.
Yeah, you're gonna probably have like maybe 50% of those guys at your age, you know, 17-year-olds like going in absolutely, they can play with men, you know, they can absolutely kill it. But I felt like back then it was just the outside backs that could do it.
Yeah.
But with young forwards and that,
Forwards,
nah, bro, you have to bide your time because you're going to be coming up
That's
playing
right.
in the forward pack, and you need to build your body up. You need to get stronger, faster, and obviously fitter.
Yeah.
But like with young, like you know, like a Izzy Folau or Jared Hayne, bro, or like even Chris Inu, bro, they were just freaks, bro.
They just slot
you
in
know, they
easily,
just slot
yeah.
straight in. You know, they never looked out of place, man. Those kids. Yeah.
So what was the journey like, boys? What was the journey like? Obviously, you went in to play the game. Did you guys have the vision of playing NRL when you guys younger at that time?
I think for me, like, you know, I always wanted to play first grade.
Yeah.
I think when I was young, bro, like, I still remember to this day, like, you know, when you sit in your school assembly and you're singing like the national anthem.
Yeah.
Like for me, it was like, bro, I want to sing that for like my country one day. You know what I mean? And then I don't know how it was meant to pan out.
Yeah.
But I knew one day I'll be standing in front of a stadium singing it. You know, and then it happened to be, you know, obviously I played for Tonga.
Yeah.
And that's sort of where I sort of like, you know, you get that illusion and it goes back to then.
Yeah.
And you sort of think, far out, this is what it was meant to be.
Yeah.
So like, oh, you know, as a young kid, you always dream of playing first grade.
Yeah.
But like nowadays, man, it's more like, how can you stay at that level?
Yeah.
you know, for longer periods.
Yeah.
And, you know, how can you, you know, become, you know, not just a one-time player, is how can you be the best version of yourself to play footy at that elite level?
Yeah.
You know, I think, and that's more the sort of the thing that our kids these days, like the younger boys, they need to be taught at a young age, you know, like, you know, looking after your body, you know, stuff like that, like,
Those
you know,
1%ers.
recovery, all those little 1%ers that no one sees. Like, obviously everyone can train hard,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Everyone does their extras, but I feel like, you know, food, diet, recovery stuff, like all those little things, like, you know, like we know as we get older, you know, how long it takes for us to, you know, recover from a big game. Like,
100%.
it could be 3 days and still be bedridden, you know? So just little things like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, no, I think, that's always been the vision of ours.
Yeah, yeah. What about yourself, Johnny?
Yeah, no, it does.
Yeah, yeah.
I've always wanted to play in that, but bro, like coming through like school when I was schooling up here, but I didn't like year 11. So my last year of school up in Brisbane, but I didn't even make the district side.
Yeah.
And I figured I played like mentally, played in my head, eh? So then like, I went down to Sydney and bro, just went to an open trial, bro, and ended up making ball.
Yeah.
And then like just took off from there.
Do you know, like, obviously with your brother, he
Yeah.
was, you know,
Yeah.
obviously playing that highest level at the time. Do you feel like that was hard to kind of, not feel his shoes, but like try to follow him at that time? Or was it,
Like the
was a
sort
lot
of
more pressure?
expectations,
Yeah.
sort of thing. It did sometimes, bro, when I was like younger, like when I was like coming through, especially up here when
Yeah.
I was in Brizzy. I think I put it on myself, more so than anyone else. And then, bro, I got to a point where I just didn't care in terms of trying to reach those things. You know what I mean? To sort of try to find my own path and stuff like that. But you do hear it a lot, and I think it was normal for me too. I'll go here and sort of put it on myself, you know what I mean? But I sort of grew out of it eventually, though, which was good.
So, like, you know, when you know, obviously living in the, you know, you got like the famous Izzy in the family, but like, what was the mindset? Like, did you block that out and try concentrate? Okay, no, I'm gonna like you said, you want to create your own pathway. Did you find yourself playing better footy then, doing that, or?
Sort of, like I did. When I did block it out, I did sort of play better footy. It was stress-free, you know what I mean? I feel like at the time when I did sort of put those expectations on me, I wasn't being myself. I was trying to do something that wasn't me. If I compare me to Izzy, we're two different sort of players, but you know what I mean? Like I would say, like he's got all the skill and all of that, and when it comes to me, like I look at myself as just a runner. Like just trying to run hard, stuff like that. And you can't sort of put the two together. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't work. You know what I mean? Like,
100%.
he's jumping for balls.
Hey, any high
But
balls?
like, like, you know what I mean? I sort of, that's the thing, when I sort of cracked into grade,
Play two carries.
bro, like, I cracked into grade, obviously we played on the wing.
Yeah.
And like he's known for catching these high balls, bro. I was shocking under the high ball. You know what I mean? Like, I sort of like look at that and I'm like, bro. And I sort of like, that sort of helped me go, bro, just be yourself, bro. You're not that. Lucky I got moved in like pretty like quick into the centres and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I was shocking under
That's
the high
cool
ball.
as that's mad
that's
as.
good.
But you know, obviously as Polynesians, obviously parents are a big part of us growing up and, you know, wanting us to play the game, wanting us to be the best we can. How's the pressures of our parents, of your parents, growing up in playing the game?
For me, it was like, my parents are pretty like modernized now. Like, so they understand, like, but I know of other boys that are sort of, you know, their parents are old school. You know, like, especially Tongans, bro. They're like, you know, whatever money you make, send it back to the island, you know what I mean? Like, they sort of had that mentality. Whereas, like, for my parents, you know, like, I sort of taught them when I started playing that, bro. Like, you know, if I look after myself and set up stuff for us as a family, I'll be able to look after you for the rest of your life. You know, whereas if a lot of families can get that from the start, like, you know, longevity is going to be the best thing for them. You know, and like, it's lucky for me, I got my little brother now that's playing now, that I can help him, you know, like, you know, just in those little areas, like, where the footy side of things is the best part, easy part for him. You know, but dealing with, you know, stuff outside of footy is probably the hardest part. Like, you know, and we know as footy players, like,
Yeah,
you know,
100%.
dealing with like we said, adversity, getting dropped, you know, not being named round one, or
Yeah,
you know, like some, you know, it could be like dealing with crowd, like you know, people, you know, verbal abuse. Like, these are all different things that come into the footy game that people don't see.
How crazy it is now, like, for young kids now. Like, you think about your bro that's playing at the Dolphins, man. Like, it's like there's so much that goes into being that perfect professional athlete now. Just how to just block out the outside noise, bro. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
Social
In the
media's
papers,
huge now.
social media now, like
100%.
everywhere. Like, how do they block it out? Eh?
Yeah.
It's a struggle, man. I reckon, like, you think back to when we were playing in the grade, just go, man, like, just be
be
yourself,
bro.
just have fun,
Yeah.
just have fun, bro.
Yeah.
But now it's just like,
Yeah, the
Jesus,
pressures are
man,
pressures,
the
eh?
pressure's massive.
What about you, Johnny, man? What was mum and dad
I
like
know.
growing up?
Yeah, like Sione was saying, bro, my parents are sort of on the old school side of
Yeah,
things,
yeah.
so like tough love
Yeah.
sort of parents. I was pretty lucky, bro. My dad was pretty switched on with,
Yeah,
like when Izzy come through and stuff like that.
yeah,
Sort of helping the family out with his business side of things,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
was good. But yeah, they were pretty. Yeah, they're pretty tough. Yeah. Tough love,
Tough love,
tough
Yeah.
love, man. Hey, there's nothing wrong
Yeah.
with tough love
Nah.
sometimes, man.
No, it's funny, man. Like, I always tell the story, bro. Even as a kid growing up, you try so hard, like, to please your parents, bro. So
Yeah.
obviously you're doing it for yourself, but you also sort of, when you obviously make your NRL debut, like, it's like you sort of want to see them be happy and stuff,
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? And when I told my old man, he just, good work. Like, there was nothing in it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
It was like
no
just,
emotion,
Yeah,
eh?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
And I was just like, oh, yeah, nah, this is not it. This is not
Was
what I was
that
expecting.
the same reaction to Izzy's one?
He flew down to Melbourne to watch it. I don't even think he watched my game. Hey, all the joy was already gone years prior
Yeah,
to
true.
when I cracked it. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
that was good.
So with debuts, we're going to go into it anyway. What was the feeling debuting? The phone call, the emotions.
Yeah.
What was it like?
Yeah, mine was a bit weird because mine, when I debuted, it was captain's run.
Yeah.
One of the boys got, I think it was Ice actually. Big shout out to Ice. He got it. And then
The ice project.
he actually told me, bro, I still remember to this day. He goes, bro, thank me later. He paid me your matching later. Because obviously, you know, when you debut, you get your bonus. you know.
Yeah.
He goes, I ruled myself out for this. I played against the Knights. We played against the Knights. It was our last game.
Yeah.
But yeah, my game was pretty cool. Like, there was nothing in it. Like, we were the season was done. And yeah, there was no sort of pressure. So like, you could just go and just just go hard.
Fun.
Yeah, and just enjoy it. So I was lucky I didn't have any like, you know, pressured game, but like, yeah, like I said, it was exciting.
Yeah.
You know, everything that you dreamt of pretty much.
Yeah. What was the phone call like?
I didn't have a phone call. Was that just that training? Oh, because I was training
Oh, yeah.
with the grade boys at the time.
Oh, yeah.
And then I've just pulled me aside and said, hey, bro, we're gonna play tomorrow off the bench.
Yeah.
So then I was like, yeah, fine. I was like, you know, in myself, I was like, nah, surely not.
Yeah.
And he's like, nah, you're gonna play it. And I was like, oh, sweet. And I was just in myself, just like, fuck. I was happy as, but not trying to show it, you know. So yeah, that was all good.
What was the parents? What was your parents?
Yeah, nah, my parents, lucky my parents and that they already moved over.
Yeah.
So they were all there and they were all stoked. They were happy, man. Like, you know,
Yeah.
because when I first come over, I moved over by myself first.
Yeah.
And I used to just stay with, I had a billet family that I used to live with in Glenmore Park. So they looked after me for a few years before mum and that made the move.
Yeah.
And yeah, they were stoked and happy.
I reckon it's mad, eh? Like, you send your son over to go overseas to another country to do something.
Becoming the norms now.
Yeah, 100%, yeah. And that's I think it's good in a way, but there's obviously other sides to it too. Like, you know, like if some boys are not ready for it,
Yeah.
you know, say if they grew up out country, but and they're coming into a big city,
Yeah.
like that's a big, you know, that's a big change. And if they're not ready, man, it just sort of breaks them down. And they're like, nah, I give up. You know, I'm going back home.
100%. It's important to have people around you, eh?
Yeah,
Yep.
that's right.
What about you, Johnny, man? Well, obviously, you spoke on about your
Yeah,
parents. How was the emotions, man? How was the emotions, man?
I was mixed emotions, eh?
Surely the mum. Surely your mum was happy, bro.
Nah, yeah, she's she's a gentle and loving one. Now that week, bro, was like mixed emotions. I lost like one of my best mates that week, so I ended up calling Brad Arthur. I think it might have been a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Called him and I was like, hey, I got to go up North Queensland. I got a funeral. And then he goes, hey, man, I was going to play you this week. So then I sort of just sat there and I was like, oh, like, obviously my best mate's gone and they would have wanted me to play and stuff like that. So, yeah, I stayed and I played. Debuted over in New Zealand. I think it might have been round 3, 2015.
Yeah.
Bro, I had to mark the piece. Yeah, bro. I was nervous, Nervous. Bro, the night before, bro, I was sitting outside my hotel room, bro. I was just like, bro, nervous, sitting there, couldn't sleep, bro. Got to the game, I was already tired before the game started. Just
Played your
too
game
much,
before.
bro. I was like, oh, the head noise, bro. I was
Good
like,
old
oh,
play your
man.
game before, bro.
Nah, but it was,
It is.
but it was mad, bro. The whole vibe in New Zealand, bro. Just being able to debut over there, bro. Their crowds,
Different
they're good,
beast,
bro.
yeah.
They're good over
Oh,
there.
mate.
So it
the
was
most
good.
hostile crowds ever, bro.
Imagine now.
I never had no good times going to New Zealand. Eh? They just like
I think I've only won 2 games out of all the games.
one game and I lapped it up, bro. I carried on in front of the crowd and they go, oh shit, you're a has-been.
It would have been all your uncles in the crowd.
Think I said hello to all his family in that after. Eh?
Nah, that's mad, boys. So what a journey. So you guys obviously finish up and then you guys come in. You guys both moved back up here to Brisbane?
Yep.
And then you guys played for Daddy, eh?
Hey.
Clive Palmer.
Yeah.
Uncle. Yeah.
Bro, the Mudgee Redbacks got you a couple of times.
They were little dynamite, those two. Those guys, kryptonite, those fellas, bro.
How funny were those games, eh? You
They're
know,
the best,
when
bro.
we first played you guys, you go, man, this is the team to beat. And then our boys were just like, bro, they didn't care, man.
Nah, they just
Bro,
revved up,
they just don't care, man. They don't care, just like anything, bro. Niggly,
Yeah.
fights,
Yeah.
whatever, bro. When and I'm just there, what have I signed up to? You guys?
Good old Redbacks.
Then I
man.
go into these guys' sheds and then see these ones. Here you go, mate. Here you go.
Yeah, Sione
brown
and
paper
John.
bag.
These two brown paper bag, these two, man. How was that like? You finish up with NRL. Did you guys know that was like, nah, I'm done? Or was it just one of those ones where you're like, oh, I think I'm slowly going to move out of here, transition out of here?
Yeah. I think for me, it was like, I had a tough 2 seasons at the Bulldogs where we sort of like, I sort of lost the passion for the game.
Yeah.
And I tell people that, bro, I used to rock up to games like not wanting to be there, bro, and and I'm in a privileged position to be able to play the game. These people that would die to be in my position, but like that was sort of just the mind I had for at the time. We were losing all the time. Don't get me wrong, we were training our butts off, but we just couldn't get results. And stepping away from the game and going to like a park footy team, bro, it just made me like realize like what I actually started playing as a young kid, just enjoying it, bro. Just you never had any pressure of I want to make a mistake, you know what I mean, or if I kick this, we might go dead or something like that. It was just play the play and just
Enjoy it.
and you can see it in teams nowadays, like the ones that are enjoying themselves, bro. Are normally the ones that are doing well, man. That was sort of my just transition into the into Southport. And bro, I loved it. I never looked back, man. Like I didn't mean to just like fall out and retire. I just sort of said, bro, I need to have time away from the game. Just so I can see what I sort of had. And that's how it sort of panned out.
I remember we done a session at the basement, eh? And you were telling me about it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
See, I always mocked. What's old mate's name again? That owns it at the basement gym.
Sam,
bro.
dude.
He's Sam,
Shout out
bro.
Sam, bro.
Shout out Sam, bro. He's always say, wow, the salary cap at this gym, bro. Dave Fafita, Izzy Folau, they all go
Big
there.
props too.
Puppers go there. It's crack up, man. But like, I remember you telling me back then, like, nah, bro, like you're you had your mindset, man. Because I was
Yeah.
like, I was one of those ones. Oh man, why are you walking away from the game? You're so young.
young,
Yeah.
Go give it another crack. Keep going, man. But like, nah, bro. Like, you know, sometimes it's meant to be, man. Like, if you're not feeling it, bro,
Yeah.
It's not there.
go just go do something else, man.
And like for me, bro, I had a couple opportunities to go back,
Yeah.
you know, but I had a young family, man. Like it wasn't like,
Yeah.
you know, it was like now, how am I providing for my family?
Yeah.
You know, I had the Dragons that year because Anthony Griffin, I had him at Penrith.
Yeah.
He called me, bro, and he said, "Oh, bro, like we got an opportunity here if you want to come, but it's only a train trial." You know what I mean? And like, bro, I have to get up and leave my family here.
Yeah.
You know, train trial back then, you get $1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's sort of like you see life differently now.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
sort of like, you know, whereas before it was like when you're playing footy, it's all about you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because all you're worried about is the next game. How can you prepare, you know, yourself to play
Yeah.
well?
Yeah.
When you step back, you sort of realize there's more to life, you know, than just the game.
Yeah.
Like, you know, my kids, you know, like there was times I would be like, bro, you know, I'll be home, but I'm not actually present with my kids.
Yeah.
You know, all I'm worrying about is, you know, how can I get ready for next week?
Yeah.
You know, or fuck, there was a bad loss or something like that, you know, like, and you're sort of down on yourself. Then, like everyone says, bro, like, you know, your family ride the highs and lows of footy, man. And, you know, they see you at your darkest time and they see you at your happiest time. So,
Yeah. What do you reckon about today? Like when an NRL club comes knocking on your door, and they say they offer you a training trial, but then they say they'll give you $1,000 a week.
yeah.
Bro, are you serious?
Yeah.
Like
I know, what is-
it's today's day and age with the cost of living in there, $1,000 is nothing.
Nah, that's right, yeah.
What's that
your-
gonna do? You know what I mean? So like, and like
100%.
you're probably earning like a good wage doing this and that, and then you're playing park footy, getting what is that, 3,000 a game?
I think it's 5. 5%.
No comment. But then like, you know, that's what like these NRL clubs need to realise, man. If they're like, man, training trials, bro, I think they need to up it or
Or can it and just
can it
contract.
and just give them a contract, man. Like, bro, give them some security, man. Like,
100%.
Bro, that's
don't come and offer like $1,000 a week.
the hardest trial you ever go through. $1,000, bro, I reckon.
Only good when you're young, eh?
Yeah.
What about you, Johnny, man? What was the transition like for you, man?
Like from footy
Yeah, into work.
into work, bro, it was tough, bro. I struggled with it, to be honest. I think sort of, because I never worked a job before going into full time, so I finished school, had a year of 20s, and then pretty much
Straight in the
played,
system.
straight into the system, bro, and stayed there, bro. Like when I sort of knew when I because I spent the year at the Waratahs,
Yeah.
and when that come to an end, I sort of knew like I was going to work, bro. You know what I mean? And I remember the night before my first shift, bro. I was nervous. I was anxious. Like I was maybe because I was stepping into a place I've never been before, into the unknown. You know.
Yeah.
And I don't reckon I ever found my feet with going to work until sort of now when I sort of picked up barbering and doing the business side of stuff. Just found it pretty hard, though.
Yeah. What was the mindset like? Obviously, everyone's got their different trials of going through transition. What was the mindset for you guys at the time?
As in like getting into business or just like
Or just going into,
the
just
transition
finishing,
phase. Transition.
just being like, I'm done. Like, this is it.
bro, it was pretty tough, man, because like, you know, footy's like you live for that camaraderie, you know, you're always with the boys.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I used to be at training more than I am at home, you know what I mean? Like, so like, and then when you come out of it, it's like, fuck, now you got to go and live life now. It's sort of like, now you got to go work with people that you probably don't even, you know, talk to, or they don't get, you know, they don't have the same interests as you.
100%.
So it's like, it's hard, you know, like, but for me, it was like, your family needs to be fed, you know what I mean? Your kids need a roof. So you would do whatever it take, you know, to feed your kids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I sort of had that mentality and was sort of just like trying to find my feet in what I enjoy. And it didn't come till I sort of met Nathaniel Peteru. Shout out to Pets.
Big
Big
pets.
mate.
So yeah, it sort of didn't come
Cross
till I
promote.
met him and then started doing NDIS work.
Yeah.
And like it sort of comes back to like, you know, when you find your purpose in life.
Yeah.
So it's sort of, that's how it started to come back to life. That I was like, bro, this is what I'm meant to do is, you know,
Yeah.
help young people and you know,
Yeah.
give the knowledge that I've learned over, you know, football, whatever you're doing in life, you know, to these young kids that don't have,
Yeah.
you know, that much of a, you know, like upbringing, or don't have much of a mentor. And then that's how I sort of like, you know, after I met him, which was probably about a year and a half ago,
Yeah.
that's when I started like thriving again, you know, and I
Yeah,
started living life.
That's
and,
awesome, man.
and yeah, it was, bro. Now I love it, bro. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I wouldn't change it now.
100%.
100, nice one.
That's good. What were you, Johnny, man?
What was the emotions like at the time? Or
Yeah,
the
like the
mindset.
mindset.
Your mindset with the transition.
Bro, to be honest, bro, it's blurry. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I look back now, I think just getting caught up in the lifestyle of being in the system, so used to it. Sort of just felt lost once I left it. Once I left the system and went into work. But yeah, like Sione was saying, I had kids at the time, bro. Our family had just gone to a place I didn't enjoy, going to, but I had to do it. You know what I mean? I had to feed the family and stuff like that. But I was pretty lucky. I sort of picked up barbering along the way. That was sort of like my escape.
Yeah.
So that gave me sort of like a rest, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'll cut the boys, get to yarn to the guys I was cutting at the time, and that was sort of my escape. That helped me with my mindset at that time.
Yeah.
And that's where I sort of found my passion for barbering, bro, and the whole thing was along the way, bro. But yeah, so it was just scattered at the time. We're not too sure on where I was heading, in life and that.
Bro, that's so good because like you're building up a skill at the same time.
Yeah.
When you like, and then when we talk about like, obviously, you know, you're just like doing that job to just put food on the table and that, and you're like, you're doing that little side hustle on the side, bro. Like, when does it get to the point? Okay, bro. When do we go all in with this? When do we take the risk? When do we make the jump? You know, is that like how did it all start? Like with all this
with the Cees?
with the Cees.
Funny, bro. Like how long ago before I went to Bathurst? About a year. About a year and a bit. About a year and a bit ago, bro. I was moving down the country, out to country in Bathurst, down New South Wales for work, bro, at a timber mill.
Yeah.
So I moved my family down there, bro. But we were talking before that, before I moved, that like just talking about doing a shop and stuff like that. I went down there, bro, in the cold, bro, and just talked to this guy nearly every day after work. On my way back, just chatting.
That's so good.
The funniest thing is, when I got back, this guy told me that he already knew I was coming back. No, he knew I would end up back here. But he wasn't wrong, bro. About maybe 2-3 months later, I came back up. Came back with the family. He was going to open a shop, bro. And, like, I was telling my wife, I was so grateful for Sione and Jane. Sione's partner, bro, for, teeing up the Cees Barbershop, bro. And giving me opportunity to do something I love, bro. And, it's been that ever since.
That's
so
awesome,
good, man.
man. How is the Cees Barber going?
Yeah, it's going good,
How was
bro.
the like I've been in there. Like I love what you guys do, and
Would have come up.
you got to come up and get a fade, man. But
no, it was good, bro. Like for us, it's you know, we sort of see it as like an opportunity to service people. You know, like whether it's hair cutting, talking to people. You know, we got a coffee shop there too.
Yeah, nice.
So like for us, it's like being just good people in general. You know, what I mean? Just being kind to everyone, because these days, bro, there's a lot of a lot of hate getting thrown around, and you know, just a simple hello and goodbye. You know, some people it can take people a long way. So for us as a business, you know, we got a lot of young boys there that are just starting out their barbering careers.
That's awesome.
And you know, my biggest thing to them was, bro, just be a good person, be able to talk to these people.
Yeah.
I said, you never know what this person will come and sit in your chair and say to you. I said, bro, you're cutting their hair, you're talking to them for 30 to 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I said, that's a long time. And if you're not able to hold a good conversation with them, it'll be awkward, you know. You don't want to be those barbershops you're just sitting there quiet the whole time, you know. So
That's a trait you got to have, eh?
Yeah, hard.
Hey, you got to have the chat, man.
That's
If you
right.
don't have the
You need
chat,
it.
go somewhere else.
So yeah, we pride ourselves on just
Yeah.
being good, good people in
Yeah,
general and helping our people. Because like I said, man, you can get someone, a dad coming in, bro. He's having a shocking day,
Yeah.
and if he, he never know, he might have the meanest D&M with you, bro.
Yeah.
And you're able to, to support him in somehow,
yeah.
and you'll be like, fuck, that was a good shop, like
Yeah.
your haircut might be a bit, shocking, but
But the chat says
that's right. But
it's
the
more than
chat
a
covered
cut.
it, bro.
Yeah.
And they'll come back, because they just, bro, they can come there, have a good chat with
relate
the
to you,
barbers.
yeah.
Yeah.
True. So like, if I was gonna come into your barber, like, what's the service like, bro?
Yeah,
Do we get the free coffee,
Hey,
or do we get like
the
the
coffee.
some barbers there, they have like the alcohol there and goes, hey,
Hey,
alcohol,
do you
what
wanna
the hell?
do you
What
wanna
the
drink?
hell? Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
So we
keep
got
it
coffees,
PG.
cookies too. I
Cookies?
baked
Oh,
them
some
too,
good
bro.
cookies, bro.
Come on,
Hey,
bro.
hey,
He's making us some
hey.
cookies, man.
Nah, shout out to my missus. She bakes all the cookies.
Yeah,
bro.
okay,
She-
Jade.
Good cookies, bro.
Yeah, they sell it all the time. So, but yeah, you can get a cookie. Obviously, we got a haircut.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're just there for a good time, bro. Come in, enjoy yourself.
The music pumping or what?
Yeah, always music pumping. So
Nah, it's mad because obviously you guys are still young, man. You
Yeah.
guys obviously finish your career a little bit earlier than
Yeah.
like us. we rode the wave. We're milking
To
the cow for ages.
the wheels fall off, man.
We were milking the cows for ages,
Funny
man.
when Eddie came back and he said he's playing with Southpaw. Why? Oh, I know why. Oh, bro.
But it's mad. Like, you guys are young. You guys start up a business. Now you guys are looking to expand with the next franchise. Then franchise into overseas, I've heard.
Hey.
But, like,
That's so good.
what do you reckon, like, being connected with others that want to win and see you guys win? I feel like that's so important.
Oh, 100%, bro. Just having a good network team, bro. Like, it helps you. It helps you, upskill yourself. Like, if you're hanging around with people that that are getting wasted every weekend, you know what I mean, drinking all their money that they just earned from the shop, like,
Yeah.
it holds you back in that sort of circle,
100%.
But if you're willing to, keep upskilling yourself, learn different things, listen to people, like, I feel like, for us, like, if you can listen more than you actually talk,
Yeah.
like, you'll take a lot more in. So
You'll go far. Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
100%.
Be a sponge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Hanging around those people that are already like growing, and then
That's right,
like
already
you,
done it.
and if you hang around with them, you just get all
Yeah.
mad,
Wicked
get all
little
their
stuff like
mad
that.
tips, man, and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. It's good, man. Hanging around with like people that are really business minded.
100%.
Yeah.
What's something that you can take from being an NRL player now? So you got kids there playing now.
Yeah.
What could you give to them if they were to? There's going to be a period where you're going to get injured, you're going to be depressed, like all that stuff's going to come a long way. What are tips that you reckon you guys can?
I think for me,
That
bro,
you can
like,
learn,
one
yeah.
thing I regret, bro, when I was playing is not doing all my courses that I started.
Yeah.
Bro, back when you're playing, you get this thing called the TEA, which is like, it's money for your education.
Yeah.
Bro, I started like that many different things.
Courses,
I did a PT,
Yeah.
construction management, I did a youth work one, I did a few other ones, but I sort of only just did it to keep the, all our welfare people off our shoulders.
Yeah,
Like, it's one of those things. And I wish I went through with all of them, because then if you finish, at least you've got like 5 or 6
heaps of certs and stuff.
different, like certs that you can sort of fall back on. Like,
100%.
like I said, I never knew I was going to be a youth worker. I never knew I was going to own a shop,
Yeah.
but like, if you obviously get that money that you're allowed to go and do stuff like that,
Yeah.
bro, make use of it. Because then at the end of, when you finish, if you're like, oh, I might go do this, I might go do that, you can always, fall back on it.
Yeah.
Not have to wait till you finish
Yeah.
and
And
then start it
figure it
again. That's another 4 years out of your life.
100%. What about you, Johnny?
I'm the same, bro. I wish I take advantage of all the opportunities that we're sort of that's available to us in the system. You know what I mean? Like, I think I heard on the chat on the podcast earlier that, bro, there's like when you go into like those promos and you go to those functions with the team,
bro.
and you got like a lot of us Islanders, we're just parked in the corner, bro, and we sort of just. But they're the opportunities that I talk about where you sort of go and put yourself out there and sort of chat to these people about all this stuff. Even doing your certs, bro. Like, you you come into the real world, you got to pay for your certs and that. When in the footy system, bro, it's all paid for you.
Yeah.
Which stuff like that.
It's like it is hard, like when you think about like all the funding you got access to, and you want to try and utilize it, and then you go do it, and you just go, man, your mindset is just so different back then because it's just footy focused.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then like you want to go home, and then you know in the back of your mind you've got, damn it, I need to complete this cert.
Yeah.
Where's the time?
Yeah.
I want to go to bed. You know what I mean? So like it's hard. Like in hindsight, it is hard, but at the same time, man, like it's like you got to find a way to get it done.
Yeah.
You have to find a way to get it done. And if you, in as young kids, if you do find that way, that's a good trait to have.
Yeah.
That's a good trait to have, bro.
I reckon there was a saying that if you can fix up all your off-field stuff, like your studies and that, they reckon you play like better footy.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go, then, boys. And ladies.
You know what I mean? So anyone listening, take that. Take that. Oh, man, I seen it. But it's important, eh?
Where'd you see that, bro?
There's a source, a secret source.
I love it. Eddie just always tags me in a lot of the sources. Bro, this is good.
But it's true, man, because I know, like, we go back time too. Like, I didn't study one bit till I finished. And you know, when you're chasing that time, you know you're finishing up footy and you're like, fuck, what am I going to do? Then your missus at the back, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You know? So it's like, if you get in early, get it done. Even if you do 1 or 2 modules a day, whatever. Like, I think PT, we had PT on the other day, and he was saying, if you just did a little bit
at a time,
add up.
it'll add up.
You think about it, it's hard at the time, but when you finish, it's going to be even harder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're going to have to go work a proper job, then study. Like,
They find the time.
you're living the life, bro. Living, a footy player. You can do
100%.
it. Like, it's just like prioritizing it.
There is time, mate.
Yeah.
There is time,
We
bro.
got to go every weekend, bro.
You can go get a coffee, bro. You know what I mean? You can go sit at a coffee table.
Those coffee tables with the teams.
Cards.
Hey,
Playing cards, eh?
you know what? Playing cards, but like you gotta have that team bonding. You gotta have that team bonding. But then still, that doesn't take session in the morning, 2 hours. Then you have a bit of a break.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to hang out, have coffees in that, come back, train at Arvo.
Yeah.
But it's time.
There is time. I think pre-season I wouldn't do it.
No.
But when the playing season, I reckon you can
What do you
do it.
reckon? How many hours do you reckon a professional athlete, rugby league player, does now?
I don't know. I reckon, 5, 6 hours?
6
6 hours?
6 hours? Yeah.
Maybe 6 hours.
6
Out of the
hours.
Yeah.
Pay good money too. There's
But,
time.
100%. So what's the go now, guys? What's the next thing for the boys?
shop?
Just looking to build, bro. Get this one steady and flowing, and bro. Just sort of, I feel like just building stuff, bro. Testing ourselves. Bro, like take things. No limits, bro. When you sort of hang around, like you were saying, when you sort of hang around people in the business game, you realize, bro, there's no limit to what you can do.
100%.
The limit that's there is the ones you put on yourself, bro. With it all, you know what I mean? But just looking to build, I'd say.
Oh, that's awesome,
Reach
man.
out to people. And stuff.
What is the community like that you built though? Is it getting bigger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it is getting bigger, but from when we started, we sort of got like sort of just the people that you sort of what we built the shop on is sort of would say a service, like we're saying, and out of love, bro, and you sort of find if it's not your thing, it's not your thing. The shop won't be your thing, you know what I mean? But we're attracting sort of the people that love it there, bro, and people that want to be a part of it there. So
It's hard when you can't just rock up to a barber and get a haircut now. Got a book. Was that like you guys too? Can you just rock up?
We're
Yeah.
Are you walk-ins?
So we do
walk-ins,
walk-ins.
bro,
So we're pretty convenient for a lot of people. So we're pretty convenient for a lot of people, you know, and because we're sort of in the suburbs.
Yeah.
We're not at a big shopping center, so people can just drive past. See, it's busy. We'll come back a bit later. And people are loving that. You know, we're getting a lot of customers from the bigger barber shops in our area. Because they just they can't be bothered waiting 2 hours for a haircut.
I think that's the most common asked question, bro. When someone new walks in is, do you have to book in?
Yeah.
And we're like, no, you just walk in, bro. So
That's
sort
mad.
of-
Maybe that's to probably keep going with that. Because I
Yeah.
feel like every bar we get, have you booked?
Yeah, no.
And you're like, oh, come back tomorrow at
come
9.
back tomorrow.
Yeah.
I said,
I need
cuz, I need a cut now. I've got to do this.
Oh,
and
that-
that.
And I think that's the thing with barbering, bro. There's different niches in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got to find your niche and just stick to that
Yeah.
and just run with that, you know, because you got all your different, you got like the loft that Brown's playing, they're like,
Yeah.
they're very
good, bro,
like,
yeah.
you know, just bookings, but they're like the gun barbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you got like your Tommy guns and all
Yeah.
those sort of ones, you know, like,
In the shopping centre.
yeah, in the shopping centres. So if you find your niche and you just sort of, you know, hound that down
Yeah.
and then hound what your values are, bro.
Yeah.
You know, you just stay in your lane and just do your thing.
I like how your guys' one is more. It's not transactional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more. It's more than a cut.
Yeah.
You get the chats,
Yeah.
get the vibes, you know,
Yeah.
and you can get knowledge as well. Also,
Yeah.
like I was saying before, we met one of the guys in the gym. Now he's helping us build our business and
Yeah.
everything. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just never know the guys that you speak to, and I feel like what you guys are doing with those young kids that are cutting at the moment, it's amazing, man.
Yeah,
Keep doing it, man.
It's massive, eh?
it's
Like they got the Barber Academy down at Ravina, and I go in there just to have a yarn to a couple of the people in there. Bro, it's so good.
Yeah.
Like they've got young kids from like Kibra Park and all that, just doing that. Would that be something that you guys maybe looking to do?
Yeah, 100%. We're always, you know, up for, you know, upskilling,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
our barbers and, you know, like
Evolving.
getting them to the next level because, you
Yeah.
know, ultimately that's what they want to do. And if for us, you know, we wouldn't, if a barber, one of our barbers said, bro, we're going to leave, we want to go do our own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we want.
That's what we want to see, then, you know what I
100.
mean?
That's what you
We'll
want.
help you
Yeah.
like
Help
start
people
your
grow.
own stuff.
Yeah,
that's
we're not
right.
those ones to be like, nah, be salty about it, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like we want to be, bro, like, how do you want to do it? You know, what, like, do you know what you're getting yourself into?
yeah,
And just, you know, like sort of guide them in a way where they can understand, you know, because business is, bro, everything is a risk.
yeah.
You know, without taking risks, you don't know what you're,
You're capable. of
yeah,
doing,
what you're capable of. So just teaching the young fellas, you know, and teaching them to know, like, bro, you know, like, are they cutting at home?
Yeah.
You know, like, are you using your socials and that? Like,
yeah.
you know, because for them, like, we use the shop as, they come to the shop as, like, that's their, like, brotherhood there.
Yeah.
And then when they're at home, bro,
That's
they're
when they
making,
hustle,
they're
bro,
making their
you know?
hustle, they're
Yeah.
making their money because they can charge whatever they
The
want.
garage cuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, garage cutter.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Nah,
we're
that's
big on that sort of stuff, you know.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know,
That's
it's not
good,
your
though.
generic barbershop,
No.
I would say, you know,
Yeah.
like we're not bloody racing, you know. We're not
Yeah.
just cut, next person, cut,
Yeah.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? We're not chasing money
Yeah, yeah.
in a way, you know, we just sort of like, you know, make our service so, you know, so good that they come back.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, like we say, because it's gonna, you know, if you give a good service, they're always gonna come back.
No, 100%, man.
It is always tough, eh? Like when you think about taking the risk and taking the leap of faith and starting a business, eh? There's so much that goes into it,
Yeah.
eh, bro? Like you think about just all the council requirements that's needed to like open up a business.
Yeah.
You know, and I guess why?
Yeah.
Why? Why do we need to do all this?
That's
right.
You just want to start the business and get
Just
going,
get
but then
going,
like
yeah.
you know you got to go do this, get it. You know, for gyms you got to get a zone, but like for barbers you have to get a zone for a barbershop or whatever. Like you know through council,
No,
you know all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's
But that
probably
comes
the-
back to
yeah.
like, you know, I was saying surrounding yourself with
Yeah.
good people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because we don't know everything. You know?
Yeah.
We don't know what a bloody accountant's meant to do. Like,
Yeah.
whereas if you get good accountants, you know, and get them to do that stuff, like
Yeah.
that's their niche. That's their stuff
Yeah.
that they're good at.
100%.
You know,
100%.
don't just think that you know everything and you can you're gonna be able to do it. Just in case the ATA comes knocking on your door.
And a good lawyer too.
Yeah.
Get that good lawyer, bro.
That's right.
Nah,
A
that's
good
it, man.
solicitor.
Well, I feel like what you guys are doing, man, this is a good episode for a lot of the young athletes are coming up.
Yeah,
If they're ever going to go through that stage, you guys will be
Yeah.
the ones chatting about, you know.
especially the
Yeah.
barbers, man.
Now you got your brother playing as well.
Yeah,
Even Izzy's still
100%,
playing.
Yeah.
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 But they'll be seeing you guys thriving, man. They'll be asking questions. They're like, hey, what are you
What's
doing?
the-
Tell us the secret, man.
Yeah.
Hang
But
around
it's
good
good.
people.
That's
What's a key message that you guys can share?
Give us
to
the
our
key
audience?
messages.
Just a key message,
Hey.
anything.
I reckon just for me it would be like be prepared to take risks,
Yeah.
you know, and like just hang in there, like because like for in business, bro, like if you don't take, like we say, if you don't take risks,
Yeah.
you know, you don't know what's out there.
100%.
You know, if you fail, you just come back to what you're doing
Yeah.
anyway. So just keep hustling.
Nice, man.
Nice.
I think just be unique, eh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Unique and follow your passion, but with whatever it is that you want to do.
Yeah.
I feel like that takes like being unique, bro. You don't use up much energy with that because you're
100%.
just being new. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, also just take advantage of for the footy boys that are in the system now, especially the young ones coming through, bro. Take all those opportunities with like footy and that they give to you, bro, because you don't want to wait until you're done
Yeah.
and then try to figure out like stuff afterwards, bro.
Do next.
Take up another 3 to 4 years of your
Yeah,
life,
man.
like do it now, bro, and yeah. So when you finish, makes that transition easier. So.
100%. That's so good, bro. I love that, man.
Love the chats, man.
Good work, lads. Thanks for coming
Thanks.
down. Hey, really
Hey,
appreciate it.
having
man.
us, boys.
I'll finish this off, man. Hey, like always, it's a good, easy chat. Thanks for, hey, you know what? Thanks for like listening to the podcast too. I like how you brought up our last podcast. That was good, man. Remember to like, share, subscribe to our Spotify and YouTube accounts, and also special shout out to our sponsors, especially our new one, the Talent Locker and the SMSF Learning Centre. And
And newbie blanks.
Newbie Blanks too. Yeah. Nah, remember if you want to, post some comments and, get some feedback from the boys, don't be shy to, give us a like or a comment and like our pages.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's get it.
boys.
Let's do it.
Shop boys.
Shop boys.